Hey guys, it's Rebecca. I just realized that I've done like 3 videos, and every time I do a video, I'm wearing these PJs. I promise I wear other PJs. I just apparently like these ones, so I'm gonna take those out. Hopefully, you can hear me, and hopefully, you heard that. Sorry, I'm gonna try to stop moving my hands. And I just realized that it's really, really dark. Anyways, I'm going to turn on the light because I feel like I'm sitting in the dark. So we're going to get up and move. Let's see. Okay. I think it's been about a week since I did my last video. So what can I tell you guys? What's new and exciting? I'm super thankful and excited. But let's start at the beginning. So if you're new, and I know I have some new subscribers, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here and you're joining us, and if there's ever a topic that you want me to discuss or talk about, or if you have any questions, post them. I'd love to do a Q&A, a live Q&A, so if any of you guys have any questions or anything you want me to address or anything like that, just go ahead and post it in the comments below, and I'll do a live Q&A with you guys, and we can discuss stuff. We can talk about stuff. So the words? It's late here. It's like, I don't know, 12:30 in the morning. It's kind of late. It's a little bit. So trying to get my Fitbit out of my pocket. My Fitbit broke. What time is it? It's 12:46, so it's even later than I thought it was. But I apparently seem to be a sort of night owl, so here we are. Okay, so let me give you the rundown, and then we'll chat. We'll chat about stuff. So for those of you who are new, again, welcome. What can I run down for you? So, a lot of things on this page are about my bariatric surgery, so we'll run through the stats for that. Some things are about mental health, so we'll probably talk about a little bit of that as well, but we'll run through the stats. So, as you probably figured out, my name is Rebecca. I am, now I've forgotten, I think, 20, I want to say 24 weeks post-op, but I feel like that's not right. I'll double check that, and I'll put it in the description, because I'm not sure. It's really bad. I'm hitting about 6 months post-op. Anyways, my surgery was October 24th, 2017. I had my surgery in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I was lucky enough to have 2 surgeons, so they were amazing. I had Dr. Syriac and Dr. Arts. They were fantastic. I did 3 weeks of OptiFast before. If you don't know what OptiFast is, it's a shake that you drink. It's the one that I did is 900 calories a day, so there are 4 shakes, they equal 900 calories. So I started that on October 3rd, had my surgery on October 24th. My highest weight recorded was the day I started OptiFast. That was 384 pounds, and I currently weigh about 259 pounds, so that's about 125 pounds lost. And I say approximately for right now because I don't have access to a scale on a regular basis. If you watch some of my previous videos, then you would know that my husband and I separated in February, and so where I am right now, I just don't have a scale. I'll have a more accurate weight next week because I have my 6-month follow-up next week, so I'll be able to give you guys some more stats, like what my measurements are and stuff, because I don't have that information. Although I'm excited to see where my BMI is dropped to and things like that. So I'll give you guys that information. Bear with me. I'm gonna have a drink of water because it's late and I'm thirsty and I like water. So that's kind of the rundown. So I had my surgery in October. We're now at the beginning of April. So making sure I don't dump water all over the floor because I tend to miss my bedside table and do that frequently. So we're about 6 months post-op. Lots of changes. So when I started, just before my surgery, the clothing size that I was in was like a 24, 26. There's a couple things I bought that were a size 28. They were a bit big, but yeah, like in that range is where I seem to fall. I'm now wearing like a 16, 18. I can fit into 16s. The 18s are getting big, but I'm not quite like fully comfortable in all size 16 things. I was actually going through my closet the other day and realizing that I have stuff that ranges from like a size 16 and a large to a 2X or a double X, depending on where I've gotten stuff. Things friends have given me, things that I've picked up. So I'm like, that's quite a range, but I'm definitely feeling pretty good overall about where I'm at. My exciting news is that I went to Marshall's last week. So we just had a Marshall's open up in my area, so I went to go check it out with a friend of mine. We had an awesome time going through, seeing what they have. And I was looking at some clothes and I was like, oh, I don't think like I can fit into that because my first instinct is to go and shop in like 3, 4X clothing. So I was looking at some stuff and my friend's like, oh, just try on this like extra large shirt. And I was like, okay. And then we're looking at some other shirts and there's some large and extra larges and 1Xs and stuff like that. And she's like, just try them on. You never know. Like if they don't fit, fine. If they do fit, great. So I grabbed some stuff. We took it to the change room and I was able to fit into some large and extra large stuff. So for me, that's pretty huge considering I was wearing like sometimes a 6X to go down to a large and not even be like as close to my goal weight as I expected I would be to be wearing a large. So I'm actually like, I don't know, I'm really shocked by that. Shocked by like how things are changing, how quickly they're changing, what it all looks like. So, but yeah, that made me super excited that I could go in and that I can shop in the same places as my friends are shopping. So I know I've bought some like extra large stuff before, but they were still really roomy, or I bought them because they fit, but not necessarily something that I would wear out just yet. But to go in and try something on and say, okay, I could literally walk out of the store in this and feel comfortable wearing it, made me really happy. So I did that last week, and had a blast with my friend, just shopping and being girly and doing those things that I wanted to do, because for so long I've been what I call like the fat friend. And I'm not trying to be offensive or put myself down, but I would go shopping with my friends and we couldn't shop in the same stores. So I'd be the friend standing outside the change room or sitting on the little bench outside the change room waiting for them to try stuff on and, telling them what looked good and wishing that I could be trying stuff on with them. And so it's such a non-scale victory for me to be able to go into these stores and they're trying on stuff and I'm trying on stuff, and we get to do those fun moments that I've wanted to do since I was a teenager but was never able to do because I was always bigger than all my other friends. Even as a teenager, I wore like size 18 stuff, and if you think about like the early 2000s being a teenager and wearing a size 18, there wasn't a lot of option at that point for those sizes, and they weren't carried in as many places. So Walmart would carry some stuff, and then it was like additional in Pennington's, and that's it. Or at least where I lived, that was kind of all that carried kind of those bigger sizes. And now more places are carrying different sizes, but just to be in a store and feel, I'm going to use the word normal, even though I don't believe there's anything remotely close to normal, but anyways, so yeah, so that was really cool for me. I also learned some hard truths this weekend. I had a really rough weekend mental health wise. I know I've shared on this page before some of my mental health struggles. I was doing really well with all of them and managing all of the symptoms, but between the weight loss surgery and all the ups and downs that come with that, because there's lots of ups and downs that come with it, and my life circumstance right now, things have just been getting to me, and so I had to reach out this weekend for some help, and I learned that when they're treating people for mental health, they have to do the medications differently because of the malabsorption. So um, you can't just like go get your Prozac and take it and expect it to work the same way as it did before your surgery. So they actually wound up giving me like a sublingual medication, which is the ones that dissolve under your tongue, um, and treating me with that. So that's been an interesting experience because it's not something I ever thought about. Like my other medications that I've had to take, they just kind of like gave them to me, and I just thought, okay, like it's no big deal. It's just medication. I also learned that Tylenol threes with codeine hit me really hard. I was in a lot of pain, a lot of pain last week, like on Wednesday night. My back pain was really, really bad. I was getting one of my hemiplegic migraines. It was just ridiculous. And so I took this Tylenol 3 that I had, um, and oh my goodness, I actually thought I was having a reaction, but what I think it was is my stomach was empty, and I took this medication, not realizing that my stomach was as empty as it was, um, and it hit me so hard. Um, I was dizzy and I was nauseous, and I felt like I had been on a binge drinking episode, but I slept really well that night and the pain went away, so that was good. But I learned that I need to make sure that I have recent food in my stomach before I take the meds. So medication learning, in case you don't know, that might be something that you need to consider if you're taking any meds, and make sure you talk to your doctor about that because you don't want to like make yourself sick by accident. So, outside of that, I'm just learning every day, trying to stay active, trying to get out. I was so proud of myself last week. I hit my Fitbit goal every single day, my active goal. So I have a Fitbit, and every week it sends me my Fitbit report. And so my one last week, I was like, oh, I don't know if I hit my goal every day, um, of at least 5,000 steps. I don't know if I've hit that goal, but it came through, and I'd hit my goal every day for sure. Most days were over somewhere between 7 and 10. My best day was over 10,000 steps. So that made me super happy because I don't think I've ever done that. And I've owned a Fitbit two times now. And I don't think in the history of ever owning my Fitbit did I hit my step goal and my exercise goal every single day. And I had almost 200 active minutes logged. And I was like, that is so awesome. Like, I never thought that I would get to that place where I could have that much kind of success, or what I would consider success. So now it just makes me want to up my game a little bit more. So I love like when I can motivate myself, like when the instead of like being like, oh, I need to compete with this person, I'm like, oh, competing with myself. Like I want to do better than last week. But I'm really sad because I broke it. My band, like it. Like I don't know if you guys can see this, but I don't know. Maybe you can. Oh, there we go. It snapped, and so my poor little Fitbit is like half of a strap, and I'm ordering some. I'm gonna order more straps. I found somebody who was selling like 12 of these silicone straps for like $12, and they're gonna ship them to me. So I'll get new straps. But I'm also gonna contact Fitbit and be like, hey, the strap broke. So, and hopefully they will do something about it. But in the meantime, these ones are local, that they can send them to me in the mail, and I can get those going so that I can keep using it, because that thing's been sitting either in a pocket or in my bra, which sounds really weird, but I didn't want to lose my step count, so I'm like, I need to put it somewhere. And the one day I wasn't wearing anything with pockets, and I'm like, okay, so it's going in my bra because I don't have any other place to put this. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. I'm just trying to keep active. I have like I said, I have my 6-month follow-up next week, so I'm hoping to be down a few more pounds before then, but I'm excited for them to tell me what the BMI difference is, because last time I had dropped 8 points in a month, and I haven't seen them since my 3 months follow-up. So I'm kind of hoping that in 3 months I've dropped more than 8 points. So it'll be interesting to see like what the difference is, and they'll do all of my measurements again, and they're running them off of their chart. So I'm hoping that my measurements, because I had lost like a crazy amount of inches off my waist, and I know I had put in the post that I did shortly after that 3 month appointment. And so I'm curious to see what it is now, because I know that like my waist has changed and my hips have changed. So I'm really excited to know what those measurements are and then be able to share them with you guys, because I can tell you that like the weeks even that I've plateaued, because there's been some moments where like for 2 or 3 weeks I might lose like a pound and I get so frustrated, and then but yet like my clothing size has changed, or I'll put a top on that was like, seemed to fit, and then all of a sudden it's super loose and it just come out of the dryer. Like it doesn't make any sense. So I'm trying to use so many different things to market outside of just like the number on the scale. So I'm super excited to see what they have to say about that. I need to get more protein in though. I know that I haven't been getting as much protein in, just because I find that really hard where I'm staying, because I don't have a lot of control over the food that I'm eating, in terms of like it's kind of not provided, but when someone else is cooking for you and stuff, and it's not your place, it's really hard to kind of be picky, even if it is for health reasons. And so I've like tried to just buy myself a few like protein things, but I know I'm still not getting enough in. So I'm trying to up my protein. I got some protein powder. This protein powder tastes like fuzzy peaches, like the candy, the sugar candies, fuzzy peaches. This protein powder tastes like that. So I had some this morning, and my plan is to have some tomorrow. I'm probably do some supplementing for the next week and see if I can up my protein and see if that'll help some more weight come off, because I've hit a bit of another plateaus. And I know that the weeks that I have more protein, I do better weight loss wise. So I'm gonna do that. So hopefully we'll see some good results there, and just keep going with my exercise. Outside of that, I'm waiting to hear on an apartment, and yeah, that's about it. I'm going to talk to my doctor this week, and hopefully we can work something out for me to go back to work, because I'm going stir crazy. Excuse me. I miss working. I think like seriously miss working. So I'm hoping that I can get back to work, and even if it's like 2 4-hour shifts a week, it would just make me feel like I have more of a purpose than exercising and trying to eat healthy. But yeah, I have enjoyed my time being off work, in terms of like being able to spend time with friends and having a flexible schedule to work around other people's like work schedules and stuff. But I'm ready to do something a little bit more structured with my time, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think. There's not a lot for me to update you guys on. There's really not. I'm kind of boring. At least I think I'm kind of boring, because I don't do anything too crazy exciting. Anyways, again, if you have any questions or comments, place them below. I always try to answer everybody, but I do want to do a live Q&A with you guys. For sure. And then if anybody has any questions that they can think of on the spot, we can answer them and just do that. And I hope you all had an amazing Easter weekend. I know it was beautiful all weekend here. I got to go to two church services. It's really, really late. I haven't been up this late the last couple days, so I'm getting tired. 2 church services. We have one for Good Friday, and not all, I think there's 13 churches in our local area. They all get together, and we do a huge community Good Friday service, and it's absolutely beautiful to hear so many people in one spot singing and chatting and just being together. It was absolutely stunning. And then my own personal church on Sunday, the church service was beautiful and wonderful, and it's always nice to spend time with them. So I got to have fun there and spend time with friends this weekend, and spend time with some of my friends' kids who absolutely love Easter, and getting to share in their excitement was amazing. So even though my weekend was kind of hard and I had some big mental health struggles, there were still so many beautiful moments. And I think that's what everybody needs to hold on to every day is it doesn't matter sort of what you're going through. There's still beautiful moments. There's still so many amazing things that can happen. So I hope you are all doing amazingly well. I hope you all are happy and filled with so much love. And I cannot wait to talk to you all again. And yeah, I think that's it. And I'm going to sign off. All right, guys, have a great night. Bye.